Let your hands rest on your legs. Everybody, close your eyes. Now, take a deep breath in through your nose if you can. Unless you're congested, breathe in through the mouth, but then blow it out of the mouth. Let's try that again. And one more time. With your eyes closed, breathing any way that feels comfortable. Sit quietly. Observe your breathing. Observe your heart beating. Now, keeping your eyes closed, we're going to start to move around in circles. They could be tiny circles, moving into larger circles. For some of us, we've just rolled out of bed and we feel really stiff. For others of us, it's not so much. But change direction and go the other way. Breathe through your nose if you can. Let your shoulders relax. Unwind yourself from the week. Let it all go. Now, please keep in mind for the duration of the class, there's no forcing, there's no judgments, there's only observations of your own breath and body. So now we're going to just lean ourselves in front of the hips. And we're going to sway from one side to the other side in the rhythm of the elephant. See if you can breathe deeply to one side. Exhale out to the other side. Back and forth. Let your lower back soften. Let each breath be full. Let each breath be deep. Maybe pausing at the top of the breath. Maybe pausing at the bottom of the breath. Let those to-do lists go for the weekend. Let them just roll away. They'll be there for you after class, don't worry. Now take yourself to one side. Put your hands on each side of one of your legs. Take a deep breath and on your own exhale, gently bow only to where it feels comfortable. As you press that opposite hip down to the floor, let both of your shoulders relax. Let the head hang down. Let your neck be soft. Let your neck release. Take a deep breath in, let it out with a great big sigh. Shake your head a little yes, a little no. With an inhale, rise back up, place your hands on the legs, exhale here. Take a deep breath in, let it out with a great big sigh. Turn to the other side, breathe in, and gently bow just to where it's comfortable. As you press that opposite hip to the floor, let your shoulders relax. Let your head hang down so your neck can be soft. Let your neck release. Take a deep breath in, and again, let it out with a great big sigh. Shake your head a little yes, a little no. With an inhale, rise back up, hands on the legs, exhale here. With a deep breath in, draw both shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, take them back and down. Try it one more time. Inhale, take the shoulders up. Exhale, take them back and down. Place the hands on the floor in front of you, and when you bow, stretch out to where it's safe. Press both hip bones to the floor. Shoulders relax. Let your head hang. Take a deep breath in. Let it out with a big sigh. Please take this moment to balance the breath with your mind and your body. Now, with a great big breath, lift yourself back up. Exhale here. Bring the backs of your hands together. Lift them to the heart. Take a deep breath in. Open your arms out wide. Exhale, let your hands meet. Inhale, reach up tall. And when you exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Namaste. Release your hands. Roll your shoulders just a couple of times. Get them nice and loose. Now, I know a lot of you have been over your desks all week long. Let's loosen those shoulders up a little bit. So bring your shoulders up to your ears with an inhale. Now exhale, let them fall. Don't do it too intense, just naturally. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, bring them up. Gently turn your head to one side, doesn't matter which one. Open your mouth wide, stick your tongue out and go. Close the mouth. Gently shake your head, yes. Lion's roar. So with an inhale, we're going to bring our nose to the center, and exhale, turn your head to the opposite side. Open your mouth wide, stick your tongue out and go. Close your mouth and gently shake your head, yes. That stretches everything in your face and your neck. With an inhale, bring your nose to center. One more time, keep your chin level with the floor. Use your eyes to look upward, open the mouth. Close your mouth. Tuck your chin into the chest. Little, no movements. Again, sit any way comfortable, folks. You don't have to sit cross. Bring the shoulders to your ears. Lift your head up. Relax your shoulders back and down. Now, take your legs out comfortably wide. Sit on your blanket. I came off my blanket because I turned so you can see a little better. If you need that blanket, get it underneath you. If you need that rolled up towel, get it underneath your knees. But let's take the legs out. Work your ankles around. Make sure you have lots of room for your feet to move. Wiggle them around. Wake your legs up. Turn the toes up. Press through the heels of your feet. And again, if those knees are hurting, hamstrings are bothering you, get a pillow or a rolled up towel under the knees. Take one more breath there. And then relax your toes. We're going to point the ankles out, curl your toes down to the floor. Feel that differently throughout the entire leg. Feet feel different too. Now we're going to keep our ankles just like this. We're going to turn just the toes up to the ceiling. Spread your toes out wide apart. Pull back on that pinky toe side towards the knee. Our last toes are connected to our knees, so you're working on your knees as well as your feet right now. Relax your ankles. Now we're going to turn the toes up again. Spread the toes out wide apart. We're going to twist. We're going to put our left hand, it could even be right by our left side, or it can be all the way behind us. If you're not twisting too far, right hand could go to the floor or to the outside of your left thigh. Sit up tall, take a deep breath, and squeeze your belly. Look over your left shoulder just to where it feels safe. Take a couple of deep breaths there. Now never twist any further than it feels comfortable. Maybe you're just looking to the left and not twisting very far. Less is always more. Keep your hands where they are. Slowly turn your head. Look as far as you can to the right. Turn those right toes up if you can. You don't have to look at the right toes. You could even just look at your left toes. Whatever's best. Now we're going to release it. Relax your ankles, come to the center, get some movement there, and then we're going to press through the heels again. Spread the toes wide, pull back on your pinky toe, right hand behind you or next to you, left hand to the floor in front of you or to the outside of your right thigh. Sit up tall, squeeze your tummy, look as far over your right shoulder as it feels safe. Excuse me. You can have flat hand on the floor. You could have teacup fingers with a slight bend of your elbow to get the shoulder out of your ear. But we're all going to turn our head as far as it feels comfortable. Look at your left toes. Most likely they've listed out. Turn them up. Are you breathing? Now we're going to release the pose, come back to the middle, relax your shoulders in circles, wiggle your ankles. And then we're going to slide the soles of the feet together. Bounce the knees up and down. Let's wake those hips up. We're getting synovial fluid into those hip sockets. That's a little WD-40 in those squeaky joints. So now we're going to rock the hips a little bit. Hold on to your feet or your ankles, whatever feels good. We're going to lift the collarbones up, press your thigh bones down, pull your shoulder blades back, tuck your chin slightly. Look out just a few feet in front of your toes, just about 2 feet in front of your toes. Then you're going to bend your elbows. And once you come down, let your hands rest. Let your shoulders relax. Let your head go. We're going to take 3 deep intentional breaths. Breathing out your back ribs, your side ribs. Exhaling, pulling your belly button in and up. Do that 2 more big breaths. Expand out as wide as you can. Hold it as long as you can. When you exhale, gently pull the belly in and upward towards the heart. Just a couple more breaths like that. I'm sorry, I told you 3 breaths. Now, after your 3rd breath, we're going to keep the chin tucked in. Use your hands to lift up. Once you lift up, bring your knees in together with your hands. Once they're together, set the hands back and rock your knees from side to side. You could be on your elbows or in the hammock. Make sure you're comfortable. Maybe a mimosa is going to be delivered to you. Maybe not. Now let's work in the hips just a bit more. Get the feet, get the knees out wide apart. Press one knee down, point one knee up. Get that internal rotation. Most of you have been stuck in front of your computers at your desks all week. Bring the knee up and go to the other side. It's really important to get this internal rotation. Breathe there. Bring that knee up, and one more time. Right, the first knee goes down. Hopefully it's a little more flexible. Bring that knee up and go to the second side. Now we're going to bring that knee up and we're going to meet each other on our hands and knees. Any way you want to get there, make sure your knees are comfortable when you are in that pose. Make sure that your wrists are happy. You can always come down at your elbows at any time. But if you're on your hands, please spread your fingers. Toes can be relaxed or rolled under. That soft spot of your elbows is rotated forward. Your arms always stay straight. Your bones are stronger than your joints are. So we want to stack them and keep them there. We start with cat, puffing your spine up to the ceiling, looking forward or as high as it feels good. Let your belly sag into cow. Please go back and forth from cat. Move it to cow. Breathe there. Feel that flow from your head to your tail. You don't have to move your hips. Your arms are staying strong and stable, a solid base of support. Just a few times. And hopefully your breathing is a little deeper now. You've moved some of the cobwebs out. Maybe some of the moves have made you sneeze a little bit. Next time you're in cat pose, you're going to hold your cat, pull your tummy in, shake your head a little bit, and then press the hips low. Reach those arms out long. Reach from hips to fingertips. Drop your head down. Elbows are off the floor. To get a little more in your shoulders, take the hands wide apart. Breathe there. Now, let's take a nice lift all the way back up. You're going to walk your way a little bit over to the left side, not far at all. Hands are pointing towards the left, knees to the front, and we start with cat. Move it to cow. I think I forgot to tell you to stop being a tight ass. Relax your butt muscles. Move through this free and easy, and remember, don't force any part of it. The next time you have cat, hold your cat. Pull your tummy in and up. Let your head hang. We're trying to achieve that sensation of your skull being suspended by a spring, your neck being the spring. Shake your head a little bit. Some of you are probably laughing, going, oh, it will never feel that way. Give it time, give it time. It may take a decade and a half. Now, press your hips low to the heels. Reach your arms long out to the left. Elbows are off the floor, head drops down. So for some of you, this is deep enough. For some of you, you may even want to walk your hands a little further to the left side, but most of you want to stay where you're at. Head drops between the arms, only if you want a little bit more. That right hand goes closer to your left hand or on top of it. Head stays between your arms. You twist to the middle. Have the right side twist to the middle of your mat. Take a couple of breaths. Now, some people like to twist both ways. That's good too. You could twist both ways. Then you're going to inhale, lift all the way back up. Walk your way over to the right side. You don't have to go far. Point the fingers to the right, knees to the front of your mat. Elbows are straight. You could even be on your elbows if you need to. Let's go from cat pose. Move it to the cow. We're being loose in our hip muscles. The only thing that's tight or straight is your arms. Your hips are staying still, but you're moving from head to tail. You've curved your spine. You're working on deep flexibility of that spine now. Next time you have cat, hold cat, pull your tummy in, shake your head a bit, and then press your hips low to the heels. Reach your arms way out long. Elbows are off the floor. Now, some of you would like to lift your head up and walk your hands a little further to the right. Others are happy right there. Head drops between the arms no matter what, and only if it feels good. Left hand would go closer to the right or go on top of it. Feel that nice deep stretch in the left. Feel that in the rib cage, your scapula, and then maybe twist. Maybe you like to twist both ways. That feels good too. But everybody make sure you get to the middle. Gently lift yourself all the way back up. Walk your way back to center. Press it back low. Let your head rest on your arms. Now, some of you folks don't want to press your hips too low to the heels. You could have that rolled up blanket behind your knees. It makes a huge difference. You can put a pillow out in front of you and you make it comfortable for yourself. Knees can be wide apart. Now take one more breath in your child's pose. And we're going to lift up. We have one more on your hands and knees, and you can do this on your elbows if you need to. We're going to have our toes rolled under. We're going to take our right leg out, put the right toes down onto the floor, and press strongly through the heel of your right foot. Breathe there. Now arms should be nice and straight. You should be balanced on that right foot as well as the hands so that it's effortless on that left knee. Lift that right leg up. Take it to the left side. Push down onto the heel. Look over the top of your left shoulder if you want to. Maybe you can see your right heel. Maybe not. Maybe you just look to that spot between your thumbs. We're going to take the leg back behind you. Wiggle your ankle. You're going to bend your knee, point your knee out to the side, and get circles. Now, if you're new to this, you're going to want to put your knee down to the floor and just move your hips around. Drop your knee to the floor. Everybody's going to relax their toes and get these big, huge circles. This is a great thing to do on the floor every day. I know that sounds silly, but if you got down on the floor every day and did this little wiggle and those little spins, that circles we do, and twist it to each side in the morning, take you 5 minutes, it would change your whole day. Come back to the middle. Elbows are nice and straight. Roll the toes under. Let's take that left leg out. Reach it out. Get those hamstrings. Get those calf muscles. Breathe deep into it. Feels different on each side, doesn't it? Now we're going to pick that leg up, take it to the right side. Press strongly through that heel. Look over your right shoulder at that left heel. Maybe you see it, maybe you don't. Now, bring the leg back behind you, wiggle your ankle. This part is optional. Bend the knee, bring the knee out to the side for fire hydrant pose, and wiggle your knee in circles or side to side. It's hard to do if you're just starting. Bring the knee down home, move your hips around. Now, if your knees are comfortable enough, not just move your hips around, maybe drop your hips from side to side. Again, that stretches your hips deeply. It stretches your knees. Some of you just need to do circles. Now we're going to come up, folks. It's Saturday, so I want us to stretch standing. So roll the toes under. If you want to, we always practice bird on a perch. Or you could just come standing and be stretching your toes. Right now with the toes rolled under, you can open the heels out and feel the deep stretch. Stay there if you're on your knees, but if you've already coming to a standing pose, You're going to roll the toes under and get the tops of your toes. Then you take it to the other side, to the front, and crack them. Krakatoa asana. Make sure you do both feet. Now, my kids that are on the floor, lift your hips up, relax your toes, hips to heels. Oh. Now, maybe this is horribly painful. Maybe you're up like this, or maybe you got a big pillow underneath you. That's fine too. Any modification works. Come forward. We're going to stretch those toes again, hips to the heels. Holy cow. Now, to get more, open the heels out. And again, you could be up like this. You're still getting a great stretch in those toes. Now, we're going to come forward, relax your toes. Oh. Now, I'm just turning. You do not have to turn. We're going to come up. So we're going to roll the toes under. This is a great practice for everybody. Maybe you're just practicing lifting one knee half an inch off the floor and just going back and forth. Some of you are rocking back and forth and playing with it. It's like learning how to walk again, huh? Maybe we're bringing our elbows to our knees. Maybe we're going, oh, I love this balance pose. It helps me align. I love balance poses close to the floor. Let those shoulders relax. We're all going to meet in forward fold. So the hands go down onto the floor. Heels of your feet on the mat, opened out as wide as your pinky toe. You're bent right at your hip crease, right there like you're leaning over a clothesline. Your belly and thighs touch each other. The knees can be bent a lot or not. Shoulders hang. Head hangs. Again, we're trying to get our head to feel like it's being suspended by a spring. Take a deep breath and go. Remember, you can have your feet out wide or apart, but make sure the heels of your feet are in alignment to your pinky toes straight forward. You could have your hands on a chair. Keep breathing and let your head stretch your neck. When your head is hanging like this, it's 30 pounds of resistance on your back. It's stretching your spine if you let it. So take another deep cleansing breath. Let your soft tissue go. Now, turn the palms of your hands out in front of you. With an inhale, knees are bent. Use your arms out wide. Pull that tummy in. Let's lift the arms up. Use your legs. Come all the way up. Touch your hands. Exhale. Press the air all the way down. Inhale. Turn the palms out. Lift that air up. Exhale. We're going to press it down. Turn the palms out. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bring them down. And one last time. Inhale, take them up. Exhale, bring the hands to your heart. Roll your shoulders a bit. So Anjali Mudra. We're going to take a deep breath in. We're going to release the hands. We're going to sweep the arms up. If the shoulders hurt, you don't have to interlock your hands with the pointer finger up. If you're feeling good, do so. If not, hands on your hips. We're going to lengthen the spine. Lengthen up. Press back with your inner thighs. Pull your tummy in and upward. Don't pull too far. We're going to do this a couple of times. Lengthen up. Exhale, tilt a little to the right. Inhale, back up. Exhale, tilt to the left. Remember, hands on the hips if you need to. Inhale up. Exhale to the right. Inhale, back up. Exhale to the left. Inhale, back up. Exhale to the right. Inhale, back up. And exhale to the left. Inhale up. And last time to the right. Now hold it. Keep breathing. Do you want to look down to the floor or under your left arm to the ceiling? Press down with that left foot. Reach out with that left arm. One more breath. And then inhale. with that right foot. Reach out with that right arm. Keep breathing, kids. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, hands to Anjali Mudra. Take your shoulders up. Turn your fingers down. Keeping the heels of your hands down, bring your shoulders up. And let them go down. Turn your fingers towards you. Try it again. Inhale, take your shoulders up. Bring them violently up, just gently up. And exhale. One more time, let's turn them down. Wiggle through your shoulders. Are they loose? If they feel tight, bring them up and gently bring them down. The more you do that, the connective tissue becomes loose again. Right now it may be hard connective tissue. It's not supposed to be that way. Turn your fingers towards you. Check into that. You're stretching everything from your fingers to your shoulders. How do they feel? Now we're going to point the fingers out. We're going to bring the arms out, turn the palms up, and bring the backs of your hands together and shoot your fingertips out. Drop the hands down. Open those hands out like a book. Then we're going to bring the backs of your hands together. Shoot your fingertips out. And one more time. We're going to open the hands out like a book. Try to bring the elbows inward. They may not ever do. Some of you, they just naturally pop right in. It's all how we're built. Now let's close the hands. Bring our hands back to Anjali Mudra. We're going to do reverse Anjali Mudra. So where our hands are here, they're going to be on our backs like that. So if you're going to just put your hands at your hips, you put your hands in your back pocket and you start working with your shoulders that way and turning the fingertips down. Maybe you feel comfortable enough to turn the palms of your hands down and point all of your fingers towards each other. First, the middle finger will touch, and see if all the other fingers will fall in line and touch each other. For some of us, we have to bend our knees a little bit and do a little scoop and bring the hands up a little higher and go, oh my God, how incredibly painful. Try to press the heels of your hands together. Now some of you go, holy cow, I only can do this. I'll never go any further. Yes, you will. That's exactly how I started, just like this. Breathing. This brings back the feeling in your hands. You get carpal tunnel from working to the keyboard too much, or maybe some other craft that you're doing and you lose the sensation in your hand. This will help bring it back. This opens that carpal tunnel area up. Are you breathing? I'm sorry, I know this is incredibly painful. Maybe it goes here. Even for me, it's painful. We're going to be very slow, very, very slow about it. You're going to slowly savor each stretch. Oh, I know. I only met one person who said, where am I supposed to feel this? Oh, release that and shake it out. And she's not here in the class today, or I'd definitely call her out. So now, to get rid of that awful pain you have in your hands, let's stretch the hands a little more. You can sit down if you're tired of standing. We'll come back to standing. But your thumb and your pinky touch each other. You're going to pull your ring finger back towards your elbow. Let's get the heel of the hand towards the shoulder and straighten it back out. Pull the middle finger towards your elbow. Bring the heel of your hand towards your shoulder and straighten your arm out. Pointer finger, pull that pointer finger towards your elbow. Bring the heel of your hand towards your shoulder and straighten the arm out. Shake it out. Now let's go to the other side. Pinky and thumb touch each other. You're going to pull your ring finger towards your elbow. You're going to bring the heel of your hand towards your shoulder and straighten the arm out. Middle finger, pull it towards that elbow. Bring the heel of your hand towards your shoulder. Straighten it out. And one last time. Let's get that pointer finger towards your elbow. Oh, Feels different on each side too, doesn't it? Now release it. Don't your hands feel brand new? So we're going to take our legs out nice and wide. I hope they do. Turn your toes in, heels out. We're just going to play with a little balance through the warrior. So we're going to pick our left toes up and we're just going to turn them out to the left side. So if you're new, you may want to have a chair in front of you and you may want to not a very wide stance, but if you can, hold on to a chair and feel the hip crease turning that left foot out. Your hips, your shoulders are square to the middle, and you feel this rotation in your hip just by turning your foot out. I always talk about the lock. Lift the toes up, turn your foot to the center, heel slightly out, turn your right toes out to the right side, open your hips and your shoulders to the center. Some of you are in a wide stance. Now lift those toes up, turn them inward, turn those left toes out to the left side. Now take a moment, look at your toes. You're going to bend your knees so you see toes just fringing past your knee. Open your hips now towards the middle. Try to keep your knee where it is. It kind of flops in when you do that. Try to open it out. That's something we work towards. Breathe there. Feel the hips. Feel the strength, the balance. Maybe you have to hold on to something. Start to make this effortless. If you're an advanced yogi, get into it wide. Feel it. Feel your feet grounding in. Breathing. Relaxing your butt muscles, pulling the tummy in, drawing upward. Now we're going to straighten that leg, turn the foot inward, and turn your right toes back out to the right side. You're going to look at your right foot. Bend your knees so you just see toes fringing past it. Maybe you're holding onto a chair, maybe not, but we're squaring our hips and our shoulders to the center, trying to keep the knee pulled out effortlessly over the foot. It wants to naturally flop in. Breathe there. Maybe have your hands on your hips or drop down and find the stability in your legs. Straighten that leg out, turn the foot in. Let's go one more time to the left side. Turn the toes out, bend your knees so you see toes fringing just past your knee. Try to keep it there. Open your hips, your shoulders to the center. Drop the arms down. Pull the tummy in. Relax your butt muscles. Feel the balance in the pose. Now, with an inhale, we're going to turn the thumbs out, pinkies forward, and we're going to lift the arms level to the floor. You're going to rotate just your wrist and look over your left fingertips. You're going to reach back with that right hand as far as you can, as far as you're reaching forward with your left. Again, you could be holding onto a chair through this whole process. Find the balance. Breathe. Now, turn the palms up. Bring that left hand towards the ceiling. Drop the right hand down. Reach up tall. And then we're going to bring the hands level to the floor. Warrior 2, hands on your hip. Straighten your left leg out. Turn your foot inward. Let's turn your right toes out. Look at your right foot. Bend your knee so you see toes. Open your hips, your shoulders to the long end. Roll the shoulders, relax them. Feel relaxed. I know I've got a couple advanced yogis here. Feel the relaxing, the balance in this. That's the strength of the pose. Now, we're going to throw the thumbs back, pinkies forward. Inhale, arms level to the floor. Exhale, rotate your wrists. Reaching out with your left hand behind you as far as you're reaching forward with your right hand. Look over your right fingers if it feels good. Now we're going to turn the palms up. Drop your left hand down and reach up with your right hand. Some of you are in this real deep. Some of you just have your hands on your hip. And maybe you're reaching up or hand on the chair. Make it your own modification. Bring it back to Warrior 2. Hands on your hip. Turn your foot inward. Heel, toe, step it together. Walk it out just a bit. So we're going to come down to the floor. I always like to either reverse bird on a perch or squatting pose. Let's do the squatting pose because it's a great morning pose. Helps get your digestion going, sets the tone for your hips all day. Turn those heels in, the toes out. For goodness sakes, you can hold on to a chair. You may just be up high with your knees slightly bent over your feet. So you're going to tuck the tailbone. Some of you are here, some of you are here. But anywhere you're at, we're going to tuck the tailbone and we're going to move our hips gently from side to side. So some of you are in it pretty deep. And just move your hips around. Now we're going to do a little cat count here. So we're going to stick the tailbone out and then we're going to round it and tuck it. So you could be up high or holding on a chair. Stick the tailbone out and round it and tuck it just a couple of times. So we're engaging our hips, our core. We're moving our digestion around a little bit. And then we're going to meet each other on the floor. So some of you are already sitting on the floor. Others are coming down into a deeper squat. And we're going to bring our hands to the heart and lift the collarbones up if you can. And we're going to place our hands down onto the floor. Come down any way you want. And honestly, I couldn't do that 10 years ago. The more you do it, the more you can do. Never pushing it. It's just going to happen one day. You go, oh, I can't believe I just did that. That's what effortless effort is all about. So this next pose, not so effortless, I'm sorry. We're going to go into your hamstrings. They need the stretch. So take that right leg. We're going to cross that right ankle over your left ankle. If you have hamstrings, tight hamstrings, or a sore back, sit up on something. Now, you're going to take your strap or whatever looks like a yoga strap, strap that left foot. You know where we're going. Each hand has a strap separated a foot distance apart from each other. You're not holding them together. Separate those hands. Walk the hands down the strap so that the arms are straight and your back is long. Straighten your right leg out. Flex your foot, left foot. Spread the left toes. Set up tall. Walk the hands down towards the foot as far as they go. There might be one person here who holds each side of the left foot, but we're not trying to do a forward fold. It's a head lifted. So we're lifting our collarbones up and away from our hips. We're tucking our chin down and we're looking directly at our toes, not down our nose at our toes. Pull the shoulder blades on your back body and draw the chest forward towards your foot. You feel that deep in your calves, your hamstrings. There's no denying it. Breathe deep into it. If you're not feeling it, that means you're just folding. You're not getting the benefits. The benefits are pulling upward. We hold this for a breath or two, maybe 5 or 6, maybe 10, because we're going into the connective tissues. We want those legs to feel loosey-goosey all day. Now we're going to release that. Oh, thank goodness. Let the foot go. Rock your ankles. Flex and point the feet a couple of times. Now let's go to the other side. Take that left leg, cross it over the right. Take your strap, put it around that right foot. Walk your hands down. You may be holding your foot. A lot of you are setting up tall like this with your arms straight. Just your legs determine that. Straighten that left leg out. Hands as low to your foot. Separated. They need to be separated. You're going to lift your collarbones up away from your hips. You're going to tuck your chin slightly. Arms are straight. We're going to pull our shoulder blades towards our spine. Are you breathing? Tucking the chin a little bit. We're lifting up with the collarbones, pulling our chest towards our foot. This side feels so different. Maybe we did your easier side. By the way, are your right toes spread? That just makes it hurt worse. One more breath, kids. And then gently let it go. Oh, that pretty much takes the fight out of it, huh? Take your left leg off, work your ankles around. Now we're going to get our nice seated twist. So we're going to take our left leg, cross it over your right leg. Bring your left hand behind you, right hand holds your knee or it hugs your knee. Now let's take that left hand off the floor. Let's see if we can pull our body parts over so that we can sit more comfortably to the left side. Just for a moment, turn your right toes up. Feel the difference in your hips. This locks you into it. Are you breathing? Take another breath there. Now, we're going to take the left hand right at the collarbones. Relax your right toes now. We're going to use your left elbow to twist. So take the left elbow, point it back behind you. It may not go far, but point it. Then unfold your left arm and spread your left hand. Look into the palm of your left hand if you can. Are you breathing? Maybe you're just looking out to the left. Turn the left hand down to the floor and breathe there. Pull that knee across your body. Breathe deeply into it. Keep your hands where they are. Slowly turn your head. Look over the opposite shoulder. Looking over that right shoulder and breathing. Some of you are deeper into it and really want to use that elbow to the outside. Not everybody does. And then you're going to come back to the center, unwind. We got to rock the baby. Saturday morning, we got to rock that baby. Give it a little rock. Maybe hug your baby. It's done so much for you all week. Take care of that baby. Love that baby. If you burp the baby, get that foot behind your head and burp it. Now, let's put that foot right on our thigh, or maybe it has to go out here, wherever it's right. But you're going to try to put some fingers between your toes. Try to get all 4 fingers. Try to get the knuckles between the toes. That's a hard thing to do, and again, that may take a decade and a half to do. Palm of your hand to the sole of your foot. Squeeze them together. That may not be very pleasant. Feel that for a moment. And when you're alone, maybe after a shower or in the bathtub or sometime after you've relaxed in the heat of bathing, take the time to do this. Let your hands feel your foot. Go into your foot and feel your hand. And a lot of times you really have to be quiet and after it's been stimulated with hot water. Now, work your ankle around. Go one way around. Go the other way. If you massage somebody's feet that you love, do this for them. After they stop screaming at you, they will thank you. It's way more painful when you do it to somebody else. Now take your hand out. Oh, your feet are ready for the day. So let's get your knees ready. Put your forearm right behind your knee. Squeeze your knee off. Work your ankle around. You're separating your kneecap. You're lifting it up. Your patella is a free floater. And you're opening your knee joint up just the tiniest bit. Put your foot down and rub all around your knee. Unless you've had a knee replacement, you've blown your knee out, do what's best for it. This is a really good thing to do if your knee is just got some normal issues. Straighten the leg out, work your ankles around. Now let's go to the other side. Let's take that right leg, cross it over the left. We're going to bring our left hand holding the knee or hugging the knee. You're going to pull your body parts out of the way and turn to the right side. Put your left toes, turn them up to the ceiling. Lock the pose in. Notice how that makes your hips stable. Put your right hand on your collarbone. You're going to use your right elbow to point. So you're going to point to the right side with your elbow. Relax your left toes. Can you go a little further? Now we're going to unfold. We're going to reach the right arm out behind us. Palm points to the right. Spread your fingers. Look into the palm of your right hand. Reach back. Now turn the palm of your hand down to the floor. Look over that right shoulder. Pull that left knee across the body. Of course, your elbow could be to the outside. You know who you are. Keep your hands where they are and slowly turn your head. Look over the left shoulder or to anywhere. Listen to your neck. And now we're going to unwind and rock the baby. Pick your foot up in your hand or your elbow. Rock that baby. Now we're going to put that foot to the onto the thigh. Get your fingers, the joints between your toes if you can. When you first start this, you may be lucky to get part of a finger in there. One. Now squeeze them. Get that nervous system talking to each other. Your right and left side of your brain are communicating with each other. Your foot and your hand are having a conversation about you right behind your back. You probably don't want to know what they're saying either. Now work your ankles around. Go one way. Go the other way. Rock your foot back and forth. Now give it a nice little squeeze. Take that foot off your thigh. Get your forearm right behind the knee. Squeeze it off. Work your ankle around. Go one way. Go the other way. Pop that foot on the floor and give your knee a little massage. For most knees, this is safe to do. Always listen to your body. If you have pain in the knee structure itself, stop doing whatever we're doing. Then you're going to take your leg out, rock your ankles. Now, we're going to do pigeon pose. So I have a couple of friends here who want to do pigeon pose on their belly. Others of us want to do it on your back. So we're going to start with our right leg. So we're going to lay down on our backs. If you're doing the modified one with me today, if you have tight hips, grab your big pillow, put it to the left side of you. Excuse me. Take your right ankle and put it on your left thigh. Now, we're going to drop it down to the left side. So if you need that pillow underneath your knee, do so. If not, the knee goes to the floor. Your right foot rests on the floor or your yoga prop. The right knee points up to the ceiling. We're all going to feel it in our right hip. Now, some of you are on the floor, so make sure your knee is pointed out past your hip out to the side and your foot is up high enough. And we're all going to relax into our right hip. Now, if this is not deep enough for you on the floor, you can always walk that left foot out a tiny bit. Left hand could pull the right foot to the hip crease and deepen it. No matter if you're on your belly or on your back, whether you have a prop under your left knee or not, we're all allowing that right hip to open. So you're all stuck in, oh my God, this hurts so bad. Try to relax into it. Start to breathe as deep as you can. Focus on making your belly, your side ribs big. Exhaling, pulling the tummy in and upward. Do that up breath a couple of times till you start to feel everything kind of dissolve. And then specifically go into the areas that you're feeling it. The hip itself, the areas you're feeling right there. Breathe into them, and on the exhale, let it all melt away. Do that all the way around your femur bone, around your right knee, around your entire right shin. Breathe into it. Let that right hip melt. Let it open. Let it dissolve. Now, if you're on your belly, You're going to come out of it any way you want to. You can walk your dog, leg extensions, child's pose, all that good stuff. You're on your back with your own inhale. Lift your knees back up. Take your right ankle off your left thigh, just like we did a moment ago. Just your hands, not your forearm. Put it behind your knee. Squeeze your knee off. Keep your left foot on the floor, but bring your nose to your bent right knee. If your neck hurts, please don't do it, but draw your knee to your chest and take 2 deep breaths there. After the second breath, your head and your shoulders go down to the floor. You're going to lift your hips up and wiggle your hips gently and drop your hips to the floor. Now we're going to get to the other side. So the left ankle goes on your right thigh. It's going to be different on each side. So maybe you put the pillow underneath your right thigh. You're going to drop the knee down and you're going to point the left knee up to the ceiling. Breathe into that hip. If you have to make it deeper, lift it up and take the right foot out further to the right side, pointing that left knee up and pulling that left foot to the right hip crease. Let your shoulders relax and breathe into it. Feels completely different on this side. If you're on your belly, please point the knee out to the side and make sure your foot is up high enough. Allow that hip to soften. Allow it to open. You have to individually go into those areas and tell them to soften and to release. Specifically go into the hip. Specifically go into the knee, your shin, and with a nice deep breath in, we're going to lift the knees back up. We're going to uncross the leg, hug your left knee in behind your knee. Bring your nose to your bent knee, round the back, tuck your chin. And then put your foot down onto the floor. Lift your hips up, wiggle your hips from side to side, and then drop your hips down to the floor. So everybody's going to meet each other on their backs with their knees bent, their feet flat on the floor. We're going to take our hands and interlace our hands so the knuckles point to the ceiling. There's space between our wrists so we can look into the palms of our hands. We're just going to do a little bit of stretch in the shoulders. The nose points to the ceiling. And on an inhale, we're going to lift the shoulder blades off the floor and keep breathing. There's lots of space between your heels of your hands. And now on your exhale, pull the shoulder blades to the floor. Don't push them down, don't squeeze them together. Inhale, bring them back up. And exhale, let them fall to the floor gently. Inhale, push your knuckles up. And exhale, gently pull them down. Now all you're going to do is bend your elbows out and drop your arms out wide, palms up. Move your right foot to the middle of your mat and take your left leg and cross it tightly over your right leg. Please drop both knees down to the right side and look over your left shoulder. Now, if you need a bolster or a pillow underneath your right knees so you don't go into the twist too deeply, that's fine. Please go right ahead. Let the back of the shoulders relax on the floor and take a couple of deep breaths there. Twisting, you never want to twist any deeper than it's comfortable for your body. Maybe your nose is pointing to the ceiling and maybe you're propped, so you're just got a homage to a twist. Twisting can be the cure for so many different things. It can be the cause too. So please listen to your body. With your own inhale, lift the knees back up. Uncross your legs. Lift your hips up, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle your hips. Settle the hips down. Let's put that left foot, let's take our hands, interlace your hands again. Knuckles point to the ceiling, space between the heels of your hands. Arms are straight. Inhale, push your knuckles to the ceiling. And exhale, let your shoulder blades gently fall down. Inhale, press the knuckles up to the ceiling. And exhale, gently let the shoulder blades fall down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. And one more. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Bend your elbows, let those arms drift out. Palms up. Put the left foot to the middle of your mat and take your right leg, cross it tightly over the left leg. Put a pillow underneath the left side if you need it. Prop it any way you want or not. Look over your right shoulder if you're deepening it, or point your nose straight up to the ceiling. Please make it your twist for each side of your body. Take a deep breath and go. Listen to your body. You're twisting not only your spine, you're twisting your internal organs. So especially if you're new, you can have toxin release. I've actually had a client that had a gallstone leave from twisting. It's a good thing. Bring the knees back up. Uncross your legs. Lift your hips, lift your hips up and wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And drop your hips down. Let the knees touch and let the feet walk out wide apart. Let your arms rest out, palms up. Take a deep breath in. Let it out with a great big sigh. You're letting the sacrum open here. You can binge watch a show this way and do something great for your body. Point one knee towards the ceiling and press one knee down. Lift that knee up and go to the other side. And gently go from side to side. Be slow, super slow. Breathe. Then we're going to bring both knees back up. Walk your feet and your knees in together. Hug both knees into your chest, nose to bent knees if you choose. And then let your head and shoulders rest to the floor. Take both knees around in a circle, going one way around. Change the direction and go the other way around. This should feel good. Don't do it if it doesn't feel good. And let's get the circles in our hips. Separate the knees and take the knees around going one way. Changing the direction and going the other way. And reach your hands between your legs. Grab your feet. Happy baby, rock yourself from side to side. And then if you'd like, you could do dead bug pose, grab the outsides of your feet, knees towards the floor, whatever feels good. Maybe you got your legs already out in Shavasana. Maybe you're in dead bug pose and pressing your hips down and tucking your chin. Trying to be relaxed, going, straighten those legs out. Let the arms flop out with the palms of your hands turned up. Some of you need a blanket over you. Some of you have eye pillows to put on. Put them on. If you don't have an eye pillow, maybe put a blanket over the top of your head, covering your eyes, not your ears, your eyes. It feels really good to do that. So with the feet flopped out, the palms of your hands are turned up to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. Let it out with a big sigh. Take a deep breath in. Hold the breath. Sip a little more breath in. Then blow it out hard. Take a deep breath in and let it out with Let's do the delicious sound. Take a deep breath in. Let it out with Let's try those two sounds again. Take a deep breath in. One more delicious sound. Notice that vibration left on your lips. Let that vibration reverberate through the entire body. Imagine every cell of your body coming alive to savor that delicious sensation. Find the sound of your own breath. Hear that breath between your ears at the back of your throat. Listen to it deepening. Hear the sound of your breath taking on the quality of a wind or a wave. Let that wind or wave purify the whole body. Let it relax. Feel it release the whole mind. Observe the air flowing through your nose. Is that breath cool or warm? Observe if one side is breathing deeper than the other side. Let's play with that. Imagine you can inhale through your left nostril, exhaling out through your right. Inhaling relaxation through your left nostril, exhaling through your right. Inhaling, relaxing, releasing through your left nostril. Exhale through your right. See this circular breathing through the left inhalation. Exhale through the right. Focus. Inhale through left. Exhale through the right. Practicing breath regulation Inhale through your inhale through your right nostril. Exhale through your left. Inhale through your right nostril. Exhale through the left. You're inhaling, energizing the body through the right nostril. Exhaling through the left. Stimulating the body, breathing through the right. Exhaling through the left. Find this circular breathing. And then let your breath just be. Now, as you start to bring yourself back, come on back to the room. Wiggle the toes. Wiggle your fingers. Wiggle your ankles. Wiggle your wrists. Take a nice deep breath in with any extra stretch you'd like. Bring yourself back to the body more fully, more completely. When you're ready, come all the way up to any old seated position. Take your time, hug those knees in. You can stay on your side, making a pillow for your head. Some of you are going to stay on the floor. Some of you have already popped up and are ready to go. That breath work we did, that breath regulation, when you breathe in, our bodies change dominance every half an hour to every 3 hours. And breathing in through your left side helps calm and relax your body. Breathing in through the right body stimulates and recharges the body. So it's kind of nice to know. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down just a little bit. We're going to gently drop our right ear towards the shoulder. Left hand goes out. Move it back just a bit. Open your eyes, look out the left side of your eye up to the ceiling and lift your chin slightly with the gaze. Take a deep breath and go. Slowly rotate your nose, look down at your right knee. Let your head hang. Take a breath. Little yeses with your chin. Left hand comes to your knee, tuck your chin to your chest, little nose. Bring both shoulders to your ears, lift your head up. Relax the shoulders down. Tilt your left ear towards the shoulder, right hand goes out just a bit. Move it back enough. Open your eyes, look out the right side of your eye up to the ceiling. Lift your chin slightly. Take a breath. Gently rotate your nose, look down at your left knee. Let your head hang. Take a breath. Little yeses with the chin. Hand back to the knee. Tuck the chin to the chest, little nose. Shoulders lift up. Lift your head up. Relax the shoulders down. Please put your hands together, thumbs at your heart. If you choose to Om this morning, close your eyes. Invite a deep breath in. Namaste. It was truly an honor and a pleasure to get to have all of you come and play with me today. Thank you so much for coming. Let me know if I can do anything for you. Email me, text me, come on and talk to me. Have a wonderful weekend. If you're not on my flow class, a little more challenging class, and want to be on it, just let me know. Take care, everybody. Bye.